We're going to discuss about Lagrange's interpolation method. This method is usually for unequal intervals. To find when we have to find the values and we are given an unequal interval, then we use this method. The concept for Lagrange's interpolation method is that suppose you are given an interval with 5, 6, 9, 11 with values 12, 13, 14, 16. You can see that these are unequal intervals. That 5, 6 is 1 and 9, 6, 3 means they are unequal intervals. So Lagrange's interpolation method comes into action at this time. So the concept for interpolation for unequal interval is that suppose you are given an unequal interval. As you can see in this interval that is unequal, that 5, 6, 9, 11. This is unequal interval. So the Lagrange's interpolation method comes into action. So what's the formula for Lagrange's interpolation method? The formula for Lagrange's interpolation method is first you minus the upper terms x by x by remaining the terms that is used for first. Suppose your first formula for this will be first removing the 5, then minusing 6, 9, 11 with x, then minus the remaining 6, 9, 11 with 5 and multiply with f of x, that is 12. Then again do this in second time again and again. Then you will get the equation for f of x. Then you put the value which you have to find. Suppose I have to find the value 10 and you will put 10 here and you put the value of the f of 10. So this is all about interpolation, Lagrange's interpolation method. Now we're going to understand the algorithm for Lagrange's interpolation method. First we read the number of data x and y. Then we read the value of y corresponding to x and initialize yp with 0, which value we have to find for xp. Means you are given xp and you have to find its value of yp given. This is given and you have to find yp in an unequal interval. So we start for loop for I to n and an inner loop j which will go to j to 1. So this is the formula. This whole will is running the formula for Lagrange's interpolation method. After this you will calculate the value of yp and you stop the program. Now we are going to write the C program for Lagrange's interpolation method. First we declare the standard library. In our main function we declare the values float x of 100, y of 100, which is our values for observation we have taken, and xp which we have to find the value of yp. We enter the data and we start the for loop for entering the x and y value for set of observation, and we write the xp for which we have to find the value of yp. We run a for loop from I to less than or equals to n and an inner loop for j which goes up to j up to less than or equals to n. If I is not equals to j, you run calculating this p is equals to p into xp minus xj divided by xi minus xj, which is our Lagrange's formula up to 4 terms if you return the 4 set of observations. And you will calculate the value of yp by yp is equals to yp plus p into yi. The p given p is calculated from here, and you will print the interpreted value of xp and yp. This is all about the program for Lagrange's interpolation method. Your question for Lagrange's interpolation method. Suppose you're given data that x 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and the corresponding values are 150, 392, 1452, 2336 and 5202. So we have to calculate value for f of 9. So you can see here that this is an unequal interval, so you use Lagrange's interpolation method. So what in Lagrange's interpolation method we do, we have the formula for it, that is x minus, we hide this and subtract x from, subtract all this from x, and in denominator we we subtract these values, this remaining, these all values from 5, and so on we continue. So we have 5 records, 1 2 3 4 5, so number of steps will be 1 2 3 4 and 5. When we calculate this, we get the equation in terms of x, and we put the value of x as 9 to calculate f of 9, and when we calculate we get f of 9 as 810. This is our answer.